Resilience is a network for religious studies, and the aim is to make the work of scholars in religious studies and in theology more easy, more effective, more productive, so to increase the quality and also to help researchers get better products. That is in fact what resilience aims at.
Well, as a matter of fact, the motivation already grew from 2014 or before, which is the idea to have a research infrastructure that can support researchers, help them in their research and do it on a European-wide scale. And these ideas, they were transformed in several projects, and the first Horizon 2020 project was REIRES. There we acted as a starting community with 12 partners from all over Europe. And now in this second phase, resilience preparatory phase, we have the second resilience phase. So we are growing towards sustainable research infrastructure for religious studies.
Resilience started with a few partners from some countries in Europe, but will become a European infrastructure, research infrastructure for religious studies and theology. And so we are interested to cover all of Europe, to have partners in as many countries as possible in order to really get in the end a real improvement of the situation for researchers in theology and religious studies all over Europe. Therefore, we are enlarging with specific interests in getting partners who share our mission to have this European horizon, but who are also strong in research and so know what researchers really need to improve already existing infrastructures, and who are also able to present something and contribute something for, say, networking with other institutions.
Yes, I think there are three key points that I take with me from the interview so far. The first thing is networking. A lot of people mentioned that it is very helpful and a necessity actually for them to network within their field. The second comes to data storage, data management, which is also playing a big role at the moment, or will also play in the future. And the second part is accessibility of data, of not only books, but manuscript and other things that refer to data. Yes, so these are the three keys. And also another thing, not relating to the services themselves, but in a more general way, is to take into account the context of researchers, maybe the historical one, a political one. So we have to get to know those as well. And this is perfect for an interview. So we get not only the research itself, but also the researchers and their context to know.
Well, it's a quite complicated European way of putting things, but we're now preparing the official network, which will then be owned by the national governments. We as institutions, we prepare it, and we now look for other countries and institutions to join Resilience, to bring in their sources and to learn from them what their needs are so that we can help them.
Yeah, of course we have to lay the basics for the research infrastructure so that everything is ready to get started in 2026. But currently we are also preparing the services, because a research infrastructure is offering services to the target audiences like the academics, and we are making a choice in what services are most needed by the researchers themselves, and that's why we have similar meetings as today we had at the University of Ljubljana.
Now, in Ljubljana there is a long tradition in theology. There is rather perhaps newer compared to the old tradition of theology. Also interesting partners in, say, social studies or in religious studies who are dealing with interesting questions of nowadays religiosity of people. And so we on the one hand are interested, say, in the resources which are here and which may be also of value to people in other parts of Europe. But on the other hand, it's also important that the government of Slovenia and the Ministry for Research is supporting this idea. And so we are hoping that with this help of the ministry, there will become a real good center within this European infrastructure center for this in Slovenia, with an outreach beyond Slovenia, but especially bringing the research in Slovenia also to a higher level.
Well, I think it is very important to also be realistic, but it is also allowed to dream. So I think we will be able to meet a lot of needs, and of course we can't meet the need of every singular subject, but through getting to know a lot of people, we can say, okay, this is something that will serve a lot of people in a very good way. And I think this is definitely doable, yes. So I'm looking forward to the future.